Let's explore Jupiter. Where is Jupiter? Our solar system has 8 known planets. The planets travel around the Sun. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the Sun. The time a planet takes to travel around the Sun once is called a year. Jupiter travels around the Sun once every 12 Earth years. This journey is called Jupiter's orbit. Planet facts. Jupiter is the biggest known planet in the solar system. It has a rocky center, but the rest of the planet is made of hydrogen gas. Deep inside Jupiter, the hydrogen changes. It is a light gas at the surface. Deeper inside, it becomes a liquid. The center of Jupiter is made of solid hydrogen, rock, and metal. Jupiter is made of the same material as the Sun. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. More than 1,300 Earths could fit inside Jupiter. Planets are always spinning. The time it takes a planet to spin around once is called a day. 1 day on Jupiter is the same length as 10 hours on Earth. Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in the solar system. What's the weather like? Jupiter spins at 8 miles or 13 kilometers per second. Spinning at such a high speed makes Jupiter a very stormy planet. Winds blow in different directions on Jupiter. Some winds blow toward the planet to form the dark bands. Other winds blow away from Jupiter to form the light bands. The winds on Jupiter can blow more than 370 miles, or 595 kilometers per hour. This photo gives a close-up look at the mix of different winds on Jupiter. Storms on Jupiter can last for a long time. One huge storm has been raging for at least 300 years. We can see the storm in these photographs. It is called the Great Red Spot. Moons and rings. Jupiter has more than 60 known moons. Earth has only 1. Jupiter also has rings made of dust. The moons and dust orbit Jupiter. Jupiter's moons and rings of dust all orbit the planet in the same direction. The dust was probably knocked off Jupiter's moons when they were hit by meteorites. Most of Jupiter's moons are very small. Jupiter's 4 largest moons are called Galilean moons because they were discovered in 1610 by astronomer Galileo Galilei. This picture shows how big Jupiter's moons are compared to Earth's moon and Jupiter itself. Jupiter's amazing moons. Scientists have used space probes to study Jupiter's 4 largest moons. The drawings on these pages show what the surfaces of the moons look like. Io is covered with volcanoes. It has more volcanoes than any other planet or moon in the solar system. The surface of Io is always changing. Europa is covered with a thick layer of ice. Some scientists think that there is an ocean of liquid water under the ice. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. Ganymede's center is made of rock. It is covered with a mixture of rock and ice. Callisto is covered with craters. Astronomers think that nothing has changed on the surface of Callisto for 4 billion years. Jupiter in history. People have always known about Jupiter because it is such a bright object in the sky. This drawing shows the ancient Greek astronomer Ptolemy. He lived more than 1,800 years ago. Ptolemy studied Jupiter without using a telescope. This is a statue of Jupiter. The ancient Romans believed Jupiter was the king of their gods. The planet was named after Jupiter because it is the biggest planet in the solar system. Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei is shown in this painting. He built one of the first telescopes in 1609. He used the telescope to discover Jupiter's 4 largest moons. What can we see? Jupiter is one of the brightest objects in the sky. We can see Jupiter without using a telescope or binoculars. With a telescope or binoculars, it is possible to see Jupiter's 4 largest moons. With a larger telescope, we can see more of Jupiter's surface. We may even be able to see its great red spot. This photo of Jupiter was taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. The Hubble telescope is out in space. It is in orbit around Earth. It sends back to Earth very clear photos, like this one. Missions to Jupiter. No person has ever traveled to Jupiter, but many space probes have been to the planet. The first space mission to Jupiter was Pioneer 10. It flew past Jupiter in 1973 and took the first close-up photographs of the planet. Voyagers 1 and 2 passed by Jupiter in 1979. They took photographs of the planet's atmosphere, rings, and moons. In 1989, the space probe Galileo was carried into space by a space shuttle. After the shuttle left Earth's atmosphere, it launched Galileo off into space towards Jupiter. Galileo flew through space and then went into orbit around Jupiter. Galileo took pictures of the volcanoes on Io. It also photographed Europa's icy surface. Galileo took this photo of one of Jupiter's large thunderstorms too. Looking for life. Because life as we know it is only possible on a planet that has liquid water, astronomers always look for water on planets. Jupiter has a very thick atmosphere and no solid surface. Scientists did not expect to find water or life on the planet, but the Galileo space probe sent back exciting information about Jupiter's moon, Europa. Galileo's photographs of Europa show that its surface is covered by cracked ice. Scientists think there might be an ocean of liquid water underneath the ice. They think the water may be heated by underwater volcanoes. This photograph shows an underwater volcano on Earth. Scientists think that Europa might be a really good place to look for life. Future missions. Scientists would like to send a space probe to land on Europa to look for life. This mission would be very difficult. The probe would have to drill down through the ice on Europa to see what was underneath as shown in this drawing. Earth has a place where scientists can practice the mission to Europa. That place is in Antarctica, near the South Pole. Lake Vostok is a lake in Antarctica that has been trapped under the ice for millions of years. The ice is over 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers thick. Scientists are drilling through the ice at Lake Vostok to see what is in the water. Maybe one day they will try to do the same thing on Europa.